Hello and welcome to another Intuitech tech support video. Today we'll be going over an overview of the filter module. As you can see here, we're on the filter overview screen. The filter overview screen is where you can get information about all the filters on your system. The first thing you'll see across the top is the current status of each of the filters. So currently filter 1 is in service and filters 2, 3, and 4 are offline. Before we bring a filter online, we want to check a few things. Down here, where you see the head loss, turbidity, runtime, and run volume, you'll be able to set what your limits are for each of your filters. You'll be able to set these for each individual filter, but for right now we're going to look at filter 2. So let's set the filter 2 head loss limit at 10 feet. And now let's set the filter 2 turbidity limit at 1 NTU. Let's set the filter runtime at 24 hours. And because we don't want the filter to backwash on run volume, we'll confirm that the run volume is maximized at 35,040 gallons. Now let's look at the backwash configuration. When I open up the backwash configuration, the first thing I see is the step time for filter to waste. Currently it's set at 60 seconds. This means that the filter 2 will remain in filter to waste for 60 seconds upon returning into service. After it's been in filter to waste for 60 seconds, it will go to the filter to waste turbidity step. For this filter, we've set a turbidity limit of 1 NTU and a time limit of 30 seconds. This means that the turbidity must be below 1 NTU for 30 seconds before this filter will return into service. While we're on this screen, let's talk about how to configure the backwash for each filter. The first thing we want to look at is the air drain down. The air drain down level brings the water surface down prior to an air scour. The user can choose between bringing the water surface down to 78 inches or as high as 106. The lower you bring the water surface down, the more efficient your air scour will be. Additionally, the user will be able to choose the airflow rate used to bring the water level down. Be careful not to increase the airflow too much, as you don't want to compress your media prior to backwashing. Once you've set your air drain down level, you can set your air scour step time and airflow rate. Your step time is how many seconds you want your air scour step to be. So for instance, if we wanted a 2-minute air scour, we would enter 120 seconds. Additionally, you can specify the airflow rate in SCFM for your air scour. The next step is a co-current air scour and water backwash. On this step, you'll specify the fill level at the end of the step. We recommend setting this limit a little bit below the 106 maximum allowed. So for example, 100 inches. Additionally, you'll be able to select a backwash flow rate. We'll use 2 GPM. And an airflow rate, we'll use 0.5 SCFM for your co-current wash. During the co-current wash, you will fill your column from your air drain down level, in this case 78 inches, back up to 100 inches before you'll start your water washes. With the Intuitech filtration skid, you'll be able to specify 3 backwash step times and flow rates. So for example, if you wanted to wash for 4 minutes at 2 GPM and then 5 minutes at 5 GPM and then 2 minutes at 3 GPM, that's how you would configure the backwash. Additionally, you can choose a settling time which the filter will rest for prior to returning into service. Once you've configured this backwash, if you have similar media in other columns and you'd like to copy that backwash, you can do so by using the Copy Configuration 2 buttons at the bottom of the backwash configuration screen. So if we had the same media in filter 3 and we wanted to copy this parameterization to filter 3, we'd simply hit Copy to F3 and hit Confirm. Before we leave this screen, we should talk about the chemical radial buttons on the left-hand side of the screen. If you have configured your chemicals for adding and dosing while in backwash, you can select the steps during which you'd like chemical to be added. So for example, if you were doing a chemical conditioning of your bed and you only wanted chemical to be added during backwash 3, you would simply only select backwash 3. Now, when you're adding chemicals to your backwash, you'll only do so to backwash 3. Now we'll close out of the backwash configuration screen. The user will notice that there's a filter to tank and filter to waste radial button selection for each column. This allows the user to direct the filtrate while in service to either the backwash storage tank or to waste. The user will also notice that there's 3 modes on the bottom of each filter: semi, automatic, and maintenance. While in semi mode, there's 3 configuration buttons below: offline, backwash, or service, where the user will dictate the actions of the filter. Now it's time to put the filter into service. The easiest way to do that is to come down to the service button and click service and confirm yes. You'll notice that the status of filter 2 has changed from offline to filter to waste time. You'll see that there's a countdown starting at 60 seconds, our backwash filter to waste turbidity time limit going towards zeros. While that's counting down, let's take this opportunity to click Process Menu and then Process Control and look at the Process Control screen. On the Process Control screen, you'll be able to see a detailed view of all 4 of your filters as well as their equipment. Filter 1, as you will remember, was in service, and you can tell that by its green pump. Filter 2 is also in service, and filters 3 and 4 are offline. You can tell that because their pumps are red instead of green. If you'd like to change the flow rate for a filter when it's in service, you can simply hit the pump icon, and then you can come to the auto set point and you can change the auto set point. You can also do that prior to bringing a filter online. Let's now return to the overview screen. To return to the overview screen, click the overview button on the bottom left-hand corner of the HMI. As you can see, now filter 1 and filter 2 are in service, and filter 3 and filter 4 are still offline. For automatic operation, where the filter will automatically initiate a backwash when head loss turbidity or runtime or run volume limits have been reached, the user can select the automatic mode. By selecting the automatic mode, you will see that filter 3 has now begun its filter to waste cycle. This concludes our filter module overview tech support video. Please subscribe to our channel, and if you have any additional questions, please email us at techsupport@intuitech.com.